All right, so we've got a beautiful situation on our hands. The Florida Gators. If you're not a sports follower, you won't know what I'm talking about. But the Florida Gators represents the University of Florida in many sports. If you go there, you're a Gator essentially. But in many sports, that's when you're going to be, you're going to find it. You're going to find the term the Gators, all right? And today, there was a team, okay, that they took on, that they paid $500,000 to come in, all right? They paid $500,000 to come in so that they could beat them. The Florida Gators paid money to bring a team in so they could beat that team. Well, I know some of you thinking, oh, did they lose to them? No, that's the problem. Close. It was very close. Too close, in fact. And I have a little message for everyone. You know what really got me upset? When I saw that defense in the third quarter finally did its job one time and they wanted to go around doing a dance. Let me tell you something. You don't get to do no dance. You just don't get to do a dance when you perform like that. That would be like me fighting a midget, okay? And that midget puts me in headlocks, flipping me over his back, doing all sorts of stuff with me. And I finally happen to land a punch. And I knock him off balance and be going around dancing around. I ain't got no right to be going around dancing. Now let me tell you this. If that head coach, old Dan Mullen, does not get fired, if he does not get put aside, if he doesn't get sent away, let me tell you something. A horrible, horrible performance. I don't care if he put up 100 points today. The fact that you let Samford, a little midget, push you around today on defense. You know what? The fact of the matter is this. Okay, they got rid of Todd Grantham, their defensive coordinator. Okay? They got rid of him. You're telling me in a week's time, you stink that bad in defense? From what I heard, the linebacker coach he moved up to being the defensive coordinator, essentially. And one of the announcers today goes, at least on offense, we can expect Dan Mullen, this new offensive line coach, to put up good numbers. Really? You're taking on Samford. How's that a test of anything? How's that supposed to know? I'm not sure. I'm not getting it very well. The final score, what was it? 74 to 50 or something like that? Excuse me, 70 to 54. Wrong numbers, vice versa. Problem is this. What a pathetic performance, straight up. What a pathetic performance by the University of Florida Gators. And your basketball, the same thing. You just took on a team that looks like a spaghetti and meatball are trying to fight each other. And you can't win that? And you say, why do you make that comparison? They're pushovers and you're competing with them. Really? This is ridiculous. And I'm not sure where this thing is going. Let me tell you something. When Urban Meyer left Florida, okay, they hired Will Muschamp. Pardon me. Will Muschamp, I mean, okay, I just don't have words to describe some of the decisions that were made, but okay. He comes in, and he starts off and he's all right. By the last year, just horrible. However, then they get Jim McElwain. Jim McElwain takes over. Jim McElwain, decent. Definitely better than Muschamp, in my opinion. But then Jim McElwain, he says some stuff that's just weird about death threats and lies a little bit. Stuff like that, just controversial stuff pops up. And then they hire Dan Mullen. And everyone, I know all you people out there trying to pretend like you don't like Dan Mullen. Let me tell you something. You were back then. I heard all the noise back then about how wonderful he's going to be and he's bringing the light to the team. Let me tell you something. He always competes with everybody. What that means is if he takes on a harsh team, he tries to compete with them. But then when he takes on an easy team that you're supposed to push over, he stays in the game with them. Competition. That ain't what competition is. You take on Samford, final score, let me tell you something, final score should have been 70-0. 70-0, no questions. The fact that, I don't care. Let me tell you something. If you're the head coach, I don't care if you're offensive mind. You're over that defense too. You are the head coach. And the fact that they ran up on you like that, it made you look like, they basically made you look like the Grinch that stole Christmas. You looked weird. You looked weird. You didn't know what was going on. You looked like you hated out there. Well, I don't get why they have this guy sticking around for. It don't even make sense. Get rid of him. I don't know, maybe they fired him already. But last I checked, it's like, oh, he's firmly in the hot seat. Let me tell you something. He's been firmly in the hot seat, really? If I was in that hot seat, my skin would be boiling and be melting off of me. He's been on there for weeks. LSU, they fire their guy after he wins to Florida. LSU, by the way, if you don't know who that is, that's Louisiana's major university, and also known as the LSU Tigers. Can't get it. I'm not going to get all the analysis of everything. Basically, it's Louisiana's main college. Just like University of Florida is Florida's main college. All the people are, oh, FSU is HTML. Whatever. Okay, you get the point. The point, I'm not trying to get into some big debate over who's the. The point is, I'm talking about this Florida team. Sorry, Florida State fans. You don't have much to speak about either. I've been watching your winners lately. What a group of knotheads out there. They don't know what's going on. Good. At the beginning of this year, what was that? They've lost to some pretty miserable teams. You got on your track against Massachusetts. Really? Really? That literally is like me bragging about Florida beating Samford up. And they didn't do it. They barely won. And be like me jumping around and throwing a party. Like Dan Mullen said after the game. We're going to throw a party, said something like that, over this victory. Let me tell you something. No, not happening. I don't want to be no pun intended, but I don't want to be a party pooper. But you need to work how to figure your defense out. Your defense looked horrible. Your defense looked terrible. And your offense is not pretty either. I've watched your offense this year. You're getting very fortunate on a lot of plays. All right? How did they almost beat Alabama? The University of Alabama, the Crimson Tide. They almost beat them this year. And now look at them. They're fighting midgets. And the midgets were beating them half the game. Why? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. And say what you want, but Todd Grantham, he's not. You know what happened? I remember his first year. They just ran blitzes constantly, and it was great. Always pressuring the team's offense. And suddenly, the more he was at Florida, the more he laid off the defense until it's just like the defense isn't pressuring anything. And there's always guys wide open, and then they get rid of Todd Grantham. And who do they get? I don't even know the guy's name. Okay, it's his first game, whatever. The point is, what are you guys doing there? What is going on? Dan Mullen, whenever he gets asked simple questions, he never gives simple answers. He gets mad real easy. Real easy. It's simple. Look at him. Next time he gets asked a question, look at him. Look at him. I'm serious. He just, when you ask him something, no, I don't think anything. So calm down. Calm down. All right, simple. Just calm down. You know, relax. All right, it's simple as that. If Florida knows what they're doing, they're going to get rid of him. Dan Mullen, they will get rid of Dan Mullen. As a person, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but guess what? This is not what friends are for. This is not just a bunch of friends having a fun, nice time. The guy's being paid, $7 million a year. I don't feel bad for that guy. I don't. $7 million a year? That's nothing. Sorry. My heart does not ache for someone who makes that much money. You want me to ache that he has to lose his job and pick one up right away? they'll hire him in a second. He's all right on offense. He just can't be a head coach. He don't even have that in him. Look at him with Mississippi. I heard Mississippi State, excuse me. And he struggled against Samford too. What are you doing struggling against Samford? What are you doing? It don't even make sense at all. Nothing makes sense about that situation. How do you struggle against this team? I mean, the honest truth, I'm going to read you the statistics of this game. In case you didn't see it, here's the statistics. These are the statistics. The correct, accurate final score was 70-52, not 70-54. Okay? The statistics here. All right? Total yards, Florida, 717. 717. Samford, 530. Passing yards, Samford, 416. Florida, 464. Rushing yards for Samford, 114. Rushing yards for Florida, 253. Yards per play, Samford, 6.2. Yards per play for Florida, 10.4. First downs in the game. Samford had 28 first downs, and the Florida Gators had 30 first downs. On third down, Samford was 7 of 15, and Florida was 7 for 11. On fourth down, Samford was 1 of 3, and Florida was 1 of 2. Total plays ran, Samford 85, Florida 69. What? Listen to these statistics. It just ain't making much sense here. Punts, Samford 2, Florida 2. You're telling me Samford's defense was almost the same so far as Florida. Penalties. 3 penalties for Samford for 30 yards. 12 penalties for Florida for 94. What in Florida? Are you guys the most undisciplined team in all of football? I think you really are. Interceptions thrown, 1 by Samford, 0 by Florida. Miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. That is rare. That was a very rare occurrence. And let me tell you something. That's it for the statistics. That's it for it. It was horrible. Horrible. That's all I got to say about this. The statistics speak for themselves in this one. Florida, you took on a midget. And the midget left you with a broken nose, a fat lip, and they split your skull. Alright? Share this video. Go for it. Spread the good news. Spread this. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos like this. Take care. Have a great night, great day, whatever time it is. Take care.